Friday night in the USA. Saturday morning in Thailand. Let's raise our vibration. Are you excited about what's happening right now? Are you manifesting and focusing on and amplifying your ideal timelines with your thoughts and your words and your excitement? If nothing else, this is an opportunity as you scroll by to raise your vibration. It's the only game in town. This is a live Q&A. And our topic for today, starting topic, is completing the healing process. And it's really quite easy to do. It's just a matter of tuning in and asking ourselves, can you hear me? Can everybody hear me? All right. We got a negative Nancy in the house. Rob Clark is in the house. He decided to drop some negativity right away. Cool, Rob. Have a wonderful day. So, when we talk about the healing process, what does that really mean? Because a lot of people don't want to look at their inner BS. A lot of people don't want to admit that they're still holding on to anything. That's all right. The ego doesn't really want to admit that because it wants to be in control. And so the easiest thing to do is to just have fun and ask yourself, is there anybody that I still haven't forgiven, including myself? You know, it's really, really easy to do that. And that'll tell you. And if you don't want to forgive somebody, then just know that you will continue to attract those situations that mirror those frequencies that you're holding on to over and over and over again. Because that's the way the soul's journey is set up, to get us to consciously evolve over and over and over. So at this incredible time in history with all these reveals that are happening, are you excited? Because your level of excitement is going to attract and magnify the timelines that you pull into your reality. Hey, Sean, great to see you. With your thoughts, your words, and then the emotional frequency that you put behind that. So, really pretty simple. Hey, Julie. Everybody send Rob Clark a lot of love because he's toxic and he feels like he's got to come on here and keep just spewing his negativity. So, hey, Rob, we're all loving on you. We're giving you attention. You're needy. So thank you. And you can troll along. So now that we got that out of the way, Rob is got some issues and he's triggered and he feels like he has to drop in his negativity to be seen. So, all right, Rob, we've seen you. Good to see you, brother. Not gonna feed on your negativity. So, well, Sean says he has that same backdrop. Yeah, I like it because it shows me the timelines, you know, and basically it's a good way to explain what you're manifesting into your reality. You know, what are you vibrating on? What are you focusing on? That's what you're attracting. We are magnetic beings, and this is the exciting thing. Hey, Samantha, great to see you. So it really becomes simple when you talk about creating your reality, staying stuck in the lower vibrational repeating 3D timelines, like projecting your negativity and things like that. You're just looping. You don't even see it. Okay, I got to figure out how to block Rob here because he's just he's becoming a toxic little twat. One thing's for sure, Rob, you will not be able to tune in to anything that I do again. So thank you for stopping by. Okay, so wounds, forgiveness, clearing our frequency. Is there anybody left to forgive? Like even Rob. You know, Rob is like a gnat. He's like a little mosquito that's in pain, and he needs to come on and project his negativity on Facebook when we don't even know each other. But he's scrolling by, so let's send him love. So what's he doing? So he's currently upset. He's probably not a bad person, but he's upset about what's going on in his life or his frequency. So he happens to synchronistically come across my live, and the first thing he needs to do is pop on and attack me. Because maybe something I said or did triggered him. So cool. So Rob, thank you for the opportunity to give me an opportunity to show compassion. And Rob's still hanging in there. He says he's trying to love. Well, God bless you. You either love or you don't, you know? And it starts with self-love. There's a lot of challenging energies out there right now. You know, this is it. Everything in the external is throwing the 3D tricks at us. Every trick in the book. Be in fear. Wear a mask. Turn on your neighbor. Republican against Democrat. White lives. It's all distraction when you get your information out there. Unless you set your intention that I'm only going to allow love into my field. Period. That's it. And if something shows up that triggers me or tries to take me down, such as beautiful Rob Clark here, then I catch it. I catch the trigger. At first, right when I jumped on, I get some negative attack. I'm like, wow. And it tries to throw you off. I'm not having it. You know, I take a breath and I'm like, okay, what am I here to do? Well, first of all, I just came on to inject some love and some positivity into the field. That's it. I just woke up. It's a beautiful day in Thailand. It's 9:22 right now. It's Friday night where a lot of my friends are in the United States. And I'm just basically reminding myself, as anything intensifies, we have two choices. Two choices. Hi, Star. Great to see you. We can either react and be triggered, or we can realign our frequency and commit to be loving, kind, and compassionate. That's it. Rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. And There's no other game in town other than where is your frequency in every moment of the day? You know, that's it. And I have people get this clicker when they go through my course. 9,999, that's a good day of catching triggers or judgments or less than thoughts or shameful thoughts or whatever. And really going through the process of every time you get triggered or have a judgment, which is the biggest addiction on the planet right now. And the whole 3D hologram set up to get everybody to be separated and judge each other. So, you know, when you can start to clear this stuff and observe and go, oh, okay, every one of my judgments is about me. See, the ego will say that everything out there is the reason why I'm judging. That's wrong, that's wrong, that's wrong. They're doing this to me. I was a judgeaholic. I was taught to be a judgeaholic. I was tossed into private Catholic school when I was in second grade. Every day was Judgment Day, all day long. You were surrounded by a lot of angry, pissed off nuns, and they were all in judgment. And so that was my training. That was part of my soul contract. So Star has a good question here. So she says, tell us more about the dynamics of forgiveness. Dynamics, I guess, is energy, but all I can tell you is if we haven't forgiven anyone, including ourselves, we're not going to move out of the lower vibrational 3D matrix. It's not going to happen. Why? Because judgment, shame, guilt, anger, and hatred, they don't exist up here in the higher frequencies. And I use my hands a lot. 5D isn't up here. It's everywhere. Every dimension is all around us. There is no separation. It's these timelines. You can think of them. Each one of those is a timeline. Abundance, loving people, manifesting health, whatever you desire. Or the opposite of that. You know, pushing away love or pushing away abundance, which is all around us. You know, that's why the 3D matrix runs the programs over and over of lack, lack, lack. You need this, you need this, you need this. That's what they do. So they can keep you trapped in 3D, reacting, judging, projecting onto other people. And you've got to be able to see the program in order to dismantle it. But the great thing is, we have these tools. You can now set your intention every morning and throughout the day that you're going to magnetize loving, kind, consciously aware people into your field, your life, your vibrating hologram, which is what this is. And the thing that attracts or repels every single thing into your reality are your thoughts, your words, the emotions that you're holding that you put behind those thoughts or words, like excitement, my favorite one. It's the highest magnetic frequency. Excitement, love, generosity, kindness, compassion. And then down, staying stuck in 3D, you have shame, guilt, judgment, hatred, animosity, resentment. You're projecting your wounds onto other people. So what happens? You're just going to have more of that show up into your vibrating hologram. And when you figure out how this works and you begin to track your daily frequency, and every time, oh, Rob, I wish I could reach out right now and give you a big hug. You're being such a little wimp. Man, you just won't stop. Okay, dude. Well, the boomerang is a bitch. That's all I can tell you. 1444 with 14 people. All right, so what is our key? Our key in healing is to ask ourselves, do we still have anyone to forgive, including ourselves? Do we still have anyone to forgive? including ourselves. And it'll come into your field. This person did this to me. My father did this to me, or my mom did this to me, or my grandfather, somebody did this to me in second or third grade. You can feel it. And sometimes it may pop up out of the blue and you're like, I haven't thought about this person in 20 years or whatever. It doesn't matter. The beautiful thing about this holographic reality that we're in is your frequency will tell you, if you have the awareness to understand how it works, which is why I do this stuff and wrote the book, Waking Up in the Dream. It guides you step by step to have the awareness to understand how to create your reality consciously every single day. And we were not taught this in school. What were we taught? We were taught what to think. We were taught how to become little worker robots so that we would give up 65 of the best years of our life so then we could become retired. That's a spell. If you know anything about spell words, to mean recycle, tired, you know what that means. And then hope that you have money to begin to live your life. What a trap. All right, so it's cool. So now we know the game. All right, so we don't need to hold anger, animosity, anything. Now it's time to have fun. Now it's time to manifest what we came here to do. Do you know what you came here to do? What is your passion? What excites you? What kind of people do you like to hang around? To me, I'm in nature every day. I'm hanging out with wild jungle dogs and animals and birds and plants and flowers and orchids and dragonflies. And there's a frequency to it that's completely different than being in a big city. Now, being in a big city is cool. I've been there. I lived in LA. I went to music school in LA and did art there and music, and it's great. But it's a totally different frequency, Yeah, absolutely. The entire belief system is a prison, if you really want to break it down. The entire belief system is a prison. Now, that may trigger your ego, but do you want to be free, or do you want to let your ego, run your world? So what is your passion? What excites you? What is your mission? And a lot of times it's things that we don't think we can do. Like, because the 3D matrix is set up to not make it easy to be an artist or to necessarily do what you love. It's to have you work. It's that energy that they feed off of. And so getting playful and getting excited are the highest magnetic frequencies. And the whole goal is to get back to having the excitement like a little child, because they didn't have a belief system when they were young. They would talk about things like, I'm flying on a rocket ship. I'm hanging out with the fairies and the dragons and the butterflies. Kids are unlimited, and that's what we are. And the thing is, unless you figure this out and understand how you are creating your reality, then you may continue to attract and create more of what you don't really want, because you don't understand how your reality is created. And again, it's created with your thoughts, your words, and the inner vibration that you are holding. And you can't fake it. There's no way around it. You can't trick it by wearing a mask or acting like you've got all your stuff together, projecting on other people, where deep inside you're hurting. Hey, Corsi, doing great. Great to see you. So, the key is, hey, Julie, what are you here to do? what is your contribution? That's the key. If you're not in service, if you're not sending out love and kindness, then you're stuck in the 3D matrix, and you can wrestle with it and you can project about other people all day long, but it's you. And that's just the truth, you know? And most of us were stuck there. And now we've got an opportunity with all the energies that are coming into the planet, with all that's being revealed, that, you know, we came here for this. I know I did. I didn't know it before. I didn't really have a clue. But after I was in the system of working and I received the negative effects of being in that system, I chose to only do what I love. And for me, that was music, art, being in nature, working with animals, rescuing animals, things that make my heart expand, things that make me excited. And the amazing thing is, the 3D matrix is set up to make you think that you won't be able to survive if you choose to do what you love. But actually, that's not true, because the 3D matrix can have no effect on you unless you believe and take the poison that they give you. There are plenty of artists, musicians, people that work in nature, people that work with the land, people that are doing what they love. They're thriving. Why? Because their internal frequency attracts everything that they need: abundance, health, like-minded people, wonderful people to align with, synchronicities every day. Why? Because it's all frequency. When you do what you love, you will attract more of those like frequencies into your hologram, into your life, into your relationships. More abundance. When you worry about money and try and hold on to it, you're in resistance to it. I never had money my whole life, almost. You know, I was brought up around lack and people that were in fear of money all the time. And it wasn't until a few years ago I figured it out. I know that it comes to me because I'm on purpose. I give it away. I tip extra. I donate. It's not because I'm so great. It's because I had to test the theory. Because I felt the frequency when I was holding on to money like there wasn't enough. Then I created more of that. But when I started to lighten up and give it away and tip double every time I thought that, you know, maybe I shouldn't tip this person this much. It's all stories. It's all bullshit. You know, maybe that waitress that you didn't like has 3 kids. She's working 3 jobs and the cook didn't show up, or he showed up drunk, and it's his fault. You know? So, compassion. It's not about the other people ever. It's about you, what you're holding. Nobody's doing anything to you. So if you're triggered, it's your own little wounds. Get cool with it. Make it a game. Be playful. Be willing to look in the mirror and own your stuff. Because if you don't, you're not going to get out. You're not going to get out. Nobody's doing anything to you. Unless somebody's physically assaulting you in the moment, then get out of that relationship. Yeah, you could say the government's doing things to us. Yeah, they're trying to. But they're not going to succeed. This is where everything's being exposed. This has been prophesied for thousands of years. And anybody that's willing to look at what's happening can see that it's all coming up to be cleared. And so you have a choice. You can either be negative and stay stuck in 3D with those people, or you can do what you came here to do. And if you don't know exactly what you came here to do, then do something you love, or at least don't be negative. Be kind to people. If you have a judgment, stop and look at it and ask the $1 million question. I just judged myself or somebody else. What is that trying to show me about me? If you don't own it, you're going to be in for a heck of a low vibrational ride. You're always going to be blaming other people. And it's all going to be because of you, because you didn't want to look at your own stuff. And if you need to get upset about it sometimes and clear that energy, if you got wounded or abused when you were a child, then, I share how to clear this stuff on these calls. I do it with people every month. I had to learn how to do it so I wouldn't commit suicide, because I was that close several times in my life because of the pain. But the good thing is I didn't want to hurt the people that I love, so I didn't check out. I sucked it up. And I manifested teachers that showed me how these programs work. And you cannot dismantle a program until you can see it. So that's what this very simple process takes you through. 30 days or less, and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe how many programs I was running, and I thought I was awake. Well, the ego is very sneaky. It's very protective. It was set up to protect you. It was set up with a survival mechanism. So it's very, very good at what it does. So you need to make friends with it and love it and get it to shift over onto your other shoulder and become your ally. Then you start having fun every day. Then you don't need to reach out and judge other people and, rain on their parade with your toxic, wounds. You start having fun. You can do it and you can shift it really, really quickly. You just got to make the decision to do it. Hey, Lisa, good morning. Hey, everybody, send a bunch of love right now to Lisa's beautiful, beautiful horse, Riley. We did a fundraiser for him last week, and thank you, everybody. Raised, I think, over $2,400 in one day. And she's got a GoFundMe page because it's costing like $200 a day for him to get the medication. But he's with Lisa now, who's amazing. And just a little backstory on him. He was a racehorse. He's the most beautiful breed. Lisa, you should post in a link here if you want to. Go ahead. It's cool. The most beautiful, beautiful, beautiful racehorse. You can just see his energy and magnificence. But he wasn't fast enough. So 4 different people gave him away. So he was unwanted. And he got wounded. And now he's with my friend Lisa, who went through the course, who's an amazing, amazing person to friend if you're looking for an amazing friend who's consciously aware and has done the inner work. She also does sound healings. So anyway, Riley is an incredible horse. He's coming back. We're sending him energy every day. And so thank you to anybody that's right now sending him energy. Just picture a beautiful, beautiful black stallion-like horse. So post it in here now, please. I don't have the link. Okay. So are you holding any resentment or judgment towards anybody else? This may not be the funnest conversation, but I guarantee you it gets real fun after this, because once you clean this up, which most people don't do because they're so busy in their day-to-day thing and they're not thinking about things in the past because they're so distracted by all these distractions and survival and all the things that are running in their cell phones. And all I can tell you is if you don't heal the inner plane and clean it up and begin to love on yourself every single day, you realize that there's 30 trillions of cells in your body and they're all consciously aware. They're loving on you every single minute of the day. They're loving on you while you're asleep, and you don't even have to think about it. They're purifying your blood, your liver, your kidneys. They're running all these trillions of functions in your brain, and you don't even have to think about it. If that is not unconditional love, I don't know what is. And so, if you don't think you're being loved, this is a reflection to invite you to understand how much love you are being surrounded with in every single moment. The fact that you're on this call, the fact that you have electricity, the fact that you're breathing. Now, the ego doesn't like it. If you're not ideally happy where you're at, the ego can poo-poo all that stuff. Well, what that does is, guess what? It lowers your frequency. So how are all these incredible timelines going to come into you? They're not. If you take away anything from this transmission, it's that you are magnetically attracting every single thing into your life in every moment of the day. Yes, some things might take a little bit of time. They might need a little bit more amplitude. But if you know and you wake up every single morning, and while your head's still on that pillow before all those 50 to 80,000 thoughts start running again, you consciously create your reality after first loving on every one of your cells. There's nothing more healthy that you can do than love on your cells. No supplement, no drink, no food. Yeah, you can do all that. It's great because it's all vibration. But if you're not healed within, you can intake all the greatest foods and drinks. It's not going to override your master brain. This is the commander. It's driving the ship. So this is why it's so important to heal. And a lot of people don't like the word heal because it makes them think that they're fucked up. Okay? Well, just get over it. Just be loving. What would you tell a little kid if it was crying and it needed help? You'd be kind to it. You'd be compassionate to it. You'd give it a hug. You know, a lot of people are resistant to loving on themselves. They think this is like really funny, especially men that I work with, especially men in the UK and Ireland, countries where men have been taught to be so tough and strong and don't be a pussy. Yeah. Well, what are the countries where men have the most heart attacks? Those countries. Because self-love is the key. And there's nothing about being a pussy about loving yourself and being kind and loving on everybody else. It's your natural state. It's who you are. And this is the whole mission and the whole purpose of why we're here right now. That and to create the New Earth timelines. So if anybody has any questions, this is a Q&A. There's a lot of people that watch these, and there's a lot of people that sit back, and maybe some of this stuff is new to them. Maybe they don't have anybody. Okay, so there's Lisa's GoFundMe page. Cool. Is that link working? I don't know if it is, if there's a space, because there's a G in front of the HTTPS, so I'm not sure if that G should be there. Maybe you can go in and edit that comment or repost it in. This is a really great cause. If you go to Lisa's page and look at the pictures of Riley, he's amazing. He's amazing. Her property is amazing. So great. And we get to watch him get his spirit back. Because, yeah, he's still young and he's amazing, amazing, beautiful horse. So I invite anybody here, if you're still holding any resentment towards anybody or anybody still triggers you like me, just go in and look at it, because there's really no getting away from your frequency that you're holding. You can go be pissed off at somebody else or somebody from your past, or you can be pissed at yourself, but there's no getting away from the fact that you are holding your magnetic frequency, and your magnetic frequency is attracting what's either coming into your reality or it's repelling the good that is always surrounding us. There is no lack anywhere. And so these are the tools. And I tell you what, the best way to move through any type of healing or any type of undoing the judgments and the triggers is to make it a game. Make it playful. Don't beat yourself up every time you have a judgment or you have a trigger. Just notice it and go, okay, there's one. And then ask the $1 million question. What is this trying to teach me about me? This is mastery. This is it. I've had a lot of coaches and they didn't teach me this. They try and teach you about making more money. You know, that's what everybody wants to do, make more money. You know, that's a byproduct of understanding that you will magnetize abundance when you clean your frequency and you start to talk and focus on seeing your ideal reality is already here right now, not in the future, ever. Because the subconscious only knows how to take direct, exact commands. So if you use weak words like wish, hope, try, want, going to, should, need, those are all spell words. That means that they're casting a spell and they're telling your subconscious, they're giving it the direct command, it's not here yet. So the subconscious goes, okay, it's not here yet. So it doesn't pull it in. It doesn't match the frequency of abundance or health or your soulmate. Okay, yeah, there's Lisa's link. Cool. Okay, thank you, Lisa. I'm glad I caught that. Yeah. So yeah, if you guys want to donate to Riley's healing, it's like $200 a day for her. So she's not making money. She's super in integrity. And she's documenting where everything gets spent. I mean, she's on it. And I fully support her. And thank you to everybody that donated the first day and since today, because what a great cause. And if you just go look at the picture on her Facebook page of Riley, you'll just be like, oh my God, this is like one of the most majestic, beautiful animals I've ever seen. And he is. You can just see it. So sending Riley lots of love. Lots of love. So, does anybody have any questions? Oh, there's Lisa. She's blessing. Yeah, we love you. We have the ability here to come together and make things happen. And this is why we're all here. So, thanks for showing up. All right. All right, so cool. So, any questions? Any questions around healing? Any questions around manifesting your ideal reality? Any questions around getting out of the 3D matrix? So let's talk about excitement. Excitement is my favorite word because it's the highest frequency. And I ask people, you can know how you are manifesting your reality by whether you're excited or not. If you're not excited, ask yourself why. Doesn't mean you have to be excited all day long, but if you're not excited when you wake up and your head's on that pillow, if you haven't experienced what doing that for 30 days, I've been doing it for years. I never miss a day. I will not get out of bed. I won't get out of bed to even go to the bathroom until I do my morning routine because it works. And the days that I don't do it, because I might have got distracted, I notice my day does not line up as synchronistically. There's no faking the frequency. That's the good news. And when you finally see how this begins to work, you'll get excited because you'll realize that this was a game all along. It was a game. And when you learn how the game works, you will no longer give your energy away to judging and projecting and trying to make other people wrong and shaming other people. You won't do it because it's your own wound. And you have two choices. You can either project and say it's everybody else, or you can go, okay, I'm going to try this out. I'm going to get excited and I'm going to create my reality every day. And I'm going to dismantle my entire belief system because it's a prison. A lot of people can't handle that one. That's why they stay trapped. Your belief system is a prison. Is that triggering anybody yet? Doesn't mean that every single belief is a prison. Like, love is always the answer. That's one of the beliefs I kept. I am an unlimited divine being. That's the other one I kept. Every other one I got rid of. My position of power, even though I don't really like the word power because it's been so abused, is I know nothing. I don't need to know anything. I don't need to claim that I know something and hold on to it for dear life, because if it's not true, then I'm going to get all triggered and I'm going to be projecting my shit onto other people. No. What I do is I tune into my frequency. What am I focused on right now? What am I focused on right now? And for the people on this call, I know 99% of you are in your heart right now, or you wouldn't be on this call. I know you're resonating with what I'm saying, or you wouldn't be on this call. Or why would you? But, there's some people that are still distracted, still can't get off projecting, and they want other people to prove things to them because they don't feel sure within themselves. And that's okay. We all have to go through that process of learning. But the bottom line is, where is your frequency right now? Because you can't fake it. So if you take nothing else away from this, number one, inner healing, forgiving everybody. Stop judging. Every one of your judgments is about you. And if your ego doesn't want to hear that, then you're trapped. Good luck. Wrote a whole chapter on judgment in the book and how to simply dismantle it. But you got to commit to doing it. I was a judgeaholic. So I wrote the chapter. I wrote it for me so I don't forget. It's a simple step-by-step process. And it's very, very easy to do. There's a half-price link if you want to grab the book or buy somebody a gift that's having a difficult time right now. It'll change their entire world. And it's so simple. But you have to commit to owning your stuff. So let's see what we got. Yeah, so right. If anybody has any questions, pop them in that are around our topics. Forgiveness, inner healing. How do we stop judgments? How do we stop the fear-based programs from running? Well, you feel the frequency of it. You teach yourself to catch the frequency. And the process that I take people through every month, one-on-one, is every day we're mirroring and we're dismantling the programs and the wounds every day or every other day. And then we do a call every single week. And so it's the most powerful process I've ever been through. And I've taken most of the top courses and seminars that are out there. There's a link at the bottom if anybody's interested. I have 2 spots left out of the 4 for this month. I only journey with 4 or 5 people a month because I'm in it with them almost every day. And what starts to happen after 3, 4, 5 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, you're not even the same person. But you got to be willing to look at your stuff. And when you are, you can actually have fun. You can have a frickin' blast going through the healing process and beginning to consciously create your reality. 11 people, 11 comments, 45, 11. I love playing with the numbers. And so conscious awareness is the only game in town. And yeah, thank you so much, Lisa. I love you. You're a rock star. You know, this isn't for everybody. I mean, it really is. This is what everybody should have been taught in school. And really, there doesn't even need to be 12 to 16 years of school. That's all programming bullshit. Completely. All you need to learn is what a trigger is, how to process your emotions, and that you're consciously creating your reality in every moment with your thoughts, your words, and the emotional frequency and vibration that you put behind them. That's it. You don't need to go to school. School is living every day, being outside, playing like a little kid. That was stolen from us. Thank you, Davia. Davia went through my course too. They're amazing. And then I connected Davia and Lisa because I knew they would be a great connection. So, you know, when you go through this journey, we're friends for life, if you want to be, you know. And when you're around people like this that understand how we're creating our reality, and you can reach out and go, I'm stuck. Hey, dear one, great to see you. Another amazing being on the planet. So, you know, when you have people that you can reach out to and go, you know, I'm going through some stuff right now, and they're not going to judge you, and there's a safe space like on these calls. These calls are safe. Nobody's going to judge you. I'm not going to allow any funkiness to come in to this field. It's not acceptable. It will not happen. You can try and bring it in, but you'll just get loved on. And that's it. You know, these are the tools, and they're incredibly life-changing. And they're very simple. But those programs that we've learned and those automatic reactions have been running for decades. I journey with people that are 6, 7, 8 decades young. Never use the word OLD. It's a spell. It was designed for your cells to listen to so they would deteriorate. Never tell anybody how OLD you are. I tell everybody I'm timeless. If they want to know what year I was born, I'll tell them. I don't give a shit. But I don't reinforce that I'm getting OLD. If anything, I'm getting more playful every day, guaranteed. Yeah. Getting crazy, having fun, doing what I love, hanging out with people that love to do that stuff. And I used to didn't think I'd be able to do it. I didn't know how other people created a lifestyle where, you know, they're getting to do what they want to do. I thought it was only because they were rich or something. It's not the case, though. When you do what you love and you share it with other people, you will attract all that you need. It's that simple. When you operate from the heart, that is the largest magnetic frequency. That's the whole game. The whole game. Learning to love, learning kindness, and understanding that everybody is your mirror. Everybody is you. That's a good one for the ego. Wait, what? When my teacher, Don Miguel Ruiz, told me that in 2001 or 2002, I don't remember dates, but I was like, what? He said, Jeff, everyone is you. I was like, had to think about that one. So, you know, usually the first thing the ego comes up with is, well, I'm not everyone. I'm not a pedophile, and I'm not a, you know, deceptive, you know, governmental, you know, I don't work for the dark. No. But they're part of the collective. And so if they come up in your field of awareness, you have two choices. One, to be triggered and to judge them and to use words like hate or I can't stand or whatever. And then feel into that frequency. How does it feel when you say, I can't stand, I hate somebody? It feels low vibrational. Why? Because it is low vibrational, because it's the opposite of love. So when you learn to use these tools and track your frequency, which is what this book and this course teaches you to do, everything shifts. Why? Because it has to. Because everything is showing up based on frequency and vibration. It's that simple. It's so simple. You go, well, why didn't they teach us that? Because they didn't want you to know. So, first thing is you get pissed. Those bastards. Yeah. Okay. So what does piss do? Well, piss can give you some motivation, but anger, which is part of being pissed, that's a low frequency. So get that stuff out of your system. That's part of healing. When I get on calls with people and we do sessions, we usually either cry, that's just releasing, that's the heart releasing pain and allowing it to flow, or I'll have people kneel down in front of their mattress and stack a couple pillows and they'll pound out the anger if they're pissed. You gotta move the energy. If it stays stuck in your body, then your magnet is attracting more of that. More of that. You know, people come to me and they say, why am I attracting the same people in relationships? I immediately know where to go. It's like, what happened to you? What are you still holding on to? Who haven't you forgiven? Are you holding shame against yourself for what happened to you? Do you feel less than and unworthy? It's always simple. It's always one of those 2 or 3 or 4 things. It's not a million things to figure out. It's very simple. When you're ready to heal, it's very easy. They tell you, they name it the dark night of the soul, so it sounds all difficult and scary because they don't want you to go there. It was brilliant inversions set up by the dark ones. Healing is easy. It's about self-love and forgiveness. And it's the complete open doorway into your freedom and everything you ever desired. So that's it. So moving forward, be playful. Clean up your frequency. If you're not attracting what you desire into your life and you're frustrated about what you see in the external, go look in the mirror. Ask yourself, what frequency am I holding? Am I expecting everybody out there to change and fix everything? Am I projecting on everybody else that disagrees with what I believe? Then you're stuck, man. You've got the whole hologram backwards. It's 180 degrees. Nobody's doing anything to you. If you're being triggered, it's because you're holding that stuff inside. Can't make it any simpler. It's just that if your ego doesn't want to look at it, then you're choosing to allow your ego to control you, and you will never be free. It's that simple. Can't say it any easier. You know? So the key is suck it up, go, all right, I was pissed at this person, pissed at this person. You know, when you step into mastery, when you can thank those that your ego says they hurt you or they did something to you. Now, I'm not saying nobody out there got harmed. I journey with people that have had some pretty horrific things happen to them. It happened to me. I journey with people that have been raped or sexually abused. I'm not telling you to thank somebody like that, but you had a soul contract that you agreed to before you came here. Now, I know a lot of people will go, I never would have agreed to this. I know. I'm the same guy. But I would have never agreed to this shit. Are you kidding me? But the more you uncover and you start to figure it out, you see that there's a very good possibility in a past life you did the same thing to somebody else. And if you don't know, then your only invitation is to clear the frequency on your end. It doesn't mean you have to thank somebody for doing something to you, but have compassion. Clean and clear your own frequency, or you're going to remain stuck forever. That's all there is to it. There's no way to fake your frequency. So my invitation for myself and everybody else. I woke up feeling funky this morning. Man, I had some tumultuous dreams last night. I usually wake up feeling great. But yeah, last night there was some weird stuff going on, man. It was like I was in a fight. And so the first thing I do is I wake up. I don't go, I'm going to go out into my day and go, oh, I had a really shitty night. No. I drop in immediately while my head's on the pillow. I take some breaths and I go, ooh, that was an intense night. I don't even know what that was. I don't even remember what was going on, but I can feel the energy. So let's clear it. All right? I don't even know if it was real. What is real? All I know is frequency and how I feel. And I know that that's creating my reality because I know now that we are magnetic beings and there's no denying that. So I'm lying in bed. I'm going, man, that felt intense. What happened last night while I was sleeping? So I breathe into it and I go, okay, let's ground my body. Let's quiet my mind. If I can't explain what happened or why it happened, I let it go. If there's a lesson to be learned, it'll come back. It'll get my attention and I'll figure it out. But I don't carry the story of what happened in my dream with me if I can't figure it out, because there's no point. You hear people sometimes say, I'm having a really bad day. Usually that's not true at all. Usually what happened in reality is they had one trigger. And because they didn't understand how to use these tools, they didn't stop. They didn't breathe and go, okay, I just got triggered, or I just had a big judgment against somebody. What's that trying to teach me about me? This simple process will do more to shift your life than anything else I've ever found. And so I'm lying on my bed and I'm going, wow, that was intense. So I'm like, well, I know I'm not getting out of this bed until I align my frequency and my magnet is on yes. My magnet is on excitement. And so I did some breathing until my mind got cleared. Anytime you want to clear your mind or stop a trigger, the breath is the key. Putting your hand on your heart and massaging your body is key. You know, the more you can feel into your body, the healthier you're going to be. If you're afraid to tell yourself you love yourself or to love on your body, like I do every morning when I wake up, I love you. Every one of these cells is listening and it's consciously aware. And if you don't think it can tell whether you really love them or not, think again. So just another clue to navigate through this incredible reality and to be able to become the real captain of your ship. Are you distracted by things out there and blaming them, or are you creating an incredible magnetic frequency in here? Night and day difference of the results that you will attract into your life. Yeah. So anybody have any questions before we go? We're going to do an activation for anybody that wants to do it. And since you've been on this call for almost an hour, God bless you. Thank you. It's only going to take a couple minutes. We're going to amplify our frequency and we're going to send that out to the collective, and we're going to send it to Lisa and her horse, Riley, and everybody else on this call, and everybody's going to get it because there is no separation. It's just the power of using our intention. And anybody on this call that would like to shift anything, that would like to clear anything, and anybody that watches this call. And again, thank you to everybody that shares these. I really, really appreciate it. I don't know who's going to see them. You know, I'm not attached to that. I'm basically talking to Jeff, reminding myself to use these tools every day. And for those people that want to, you know, come into this field of awareness, and those people that want to reach out and go on this journey, you know, it's the most powerful journey that I know of. Yeah. You know, there's a picture of Misha and I when we were on our journey. And now she just moved to Costa Rica. She healed herself. She's teaching people how to heal themselves, taking them on a journey, doing the similar work that I'm doing. And she's amazing. So, you know, this transformational journey is the most life-changing thing I've ever done. And if you're looking to create an incredible shift, which involves true inner healing, dismantling the belief system, that can scare some people. They're like, what would I do if I dismantle my belief system? You'd be able to create your reality with a whole new level of awareness. Because look at it this way. Check this out. All right. I think this is a good way to explain. Okay. So let's look back here. Let's assume these are all timelines. What's a timeline? Something that comes into your reality, either good or bad. Could be abundance. It could be health. It could be a new love. It could be a new car. It could be that synchronistic job or relationship or whatever. Okay. So these are all timelines that are surrounding us at all times. And the thing that brings one into us is setting our intention, using our thoughts and our words, but aligning our magnetic frequency. Like when I'm lying in bed and I'm going, man, the perfect people are showing up to do this course every month, to create these workshops around the world. I'm playing at concerts, high vibrational music festivals all over the globe. I'm aligned with Soul Family. These people are just coming in, abundance. It's going in, it's going out. I don't need to hold on to it. It's just in a flow. I'm connecting with the wild jungle dogs every day, everywhere I drive around. We're making friends. It's here now. When I'm feeling that excitement, it shows up day after day after day. And so it's key. It's really, really key. So, when you begin to use these tools every day, and man, I got a whole YouTube channel filled with video after video after video. I'm not holding anything back. I'm not the old 3D coach that goes, well, you got to come into my program if you want to get the real stuff. I tell you how to do it on every call. Now, if you really want to dive deep, come work one-on-one or purchase the digital course. It's less than $100. It's less than a night out for dinner on the town. You will watch these PowerPoint trainings and you will see the programs. You'll see them. It's laid out to show them to you. And then you go, oh my God, I thought I was awake. I didn't even see that. Yeah, because, it's can be tricky. It can be tricky. It's okay. Your ego is just trying to protect you. It's not evil. It was just doing its best to try and have some sense of control, to feel safe. There is no sense of control. Let go. Let go. Fall back and trust into the universe. Anything that you're holding on to is keeping you stuck in prison. All right? So let's ramp it up. Let's amplify this field. So the invitation for those of you that have been on the call, we're going to drop into our own hearts first. We're going to smile and we're going to love on every one of our cells. How much self-love can you give yourself? Okay? We're going to do that for 1 or 2 minutes. That's it. Amplify your frequency. And then you can decide to do that throughout the day or every morning. I have people that I journey with set 15 alarms on their phone that go off every hour. Even if they don't catch all of them, when they come back and they drop into one for a couple minutes, guess what that does? It amplifies and magnifies their frequency again. Now they're pulling in more of what they desire. Rinse and repeat over and over and over. It's the only game in town. And the more fun that you can have with it and get excited, the more you're going to wake up and you're going to go, oh my God, I'm living my dream life. I'm doing what I love. How can it get any better than this? How much fun is this? And I get to hang out with people that are doing the same thing. And it seems like everybody I meet is interested in this and they're excited about it too. And once in a while, I get to give somebody a hand up. They say something negative or they're stuck in a loop and I get to mirror them gently and lovingly. And they don't feel judged. So they go, oh, wow, I never thought about it that way. Or they respond and they go, fuck you. And I'm like, okay, I love you, but you're out. It's like you will begin to attract everything into your reality simply by holding the frequency. I love you. Always pick up something new for me. God bless you. Keeps me going because I feel like I'm saying the same thing over and over. And every time I get ready to do a live twice a week, and this is an additional one. I usually don't do a live on my Saturday, but I felt like doing it because what else am I going to do? And it's Friday night in the States. So, and this is when things are peaking right now. Everything's being revealed. Everything's coming up to be cleared. What's going to be revealed over the next couple months? It's going to force a lot of people to wake up. So 12 people, 12 comments. Thank you guys, everybody. All right. Thank you, Paul. Big love to you. Yeah, I'm passionate about it, man. It's great to see you. Thank you for your contributing energy, and thank you to everybody on the call. So let's do it before we clock out. Clock out. That's a 3D program, huh? I didn't say that. Let's do this before we go out into the world and create magic and beauty, which we're already doing. So we're going to focus on our self-love first and foremost. How deeply can you love on yourself? And if you're not used to doing that, then tune into that. If it feels weird to love yourself because you were taught that was too much ego, then look at that program. Because that is a program. So let's get into party time here. So grateful that you spent it with me. How wonderful. I know that we're magnetizing this field. I see it all over the world. I'm connected with people in pretty much all the English-speaking countries and people in countries where I can't speak the language, but the universal language of the heart. So let's blast this party off and let's go into our hearts. I'm going to play a little bit more flute. And thank you, everybody. And thank you, everybody that shares these. Big love to everybody. And then at the end, ring the bell, and we will send this out to the entire planet, to anybody that needs it. Hey, Fiona, great to see you. Yeah, we're just reminding ourselves. But if you begin to consciously create your day with the tools in the book every single day, you will not forget. If you set some alarms on your phone, you will not forget. If you remember to catch every time you have a judgment or trigger and stop and go through the process of smiling, loving on your body and going, okay, here's a trigger or a judgment or a less than thought. What is this trying to teach me? You'll start to dismantle this stuff. Pretty soon, you'll never go back. You'll never let a judgment or a trigger linger because it's holding your frequency and it's pulling you down, which is going to do what? It's going to bring, or it could bring in, those same low vibrational people, situations, lack, or frequency. When you figure this out, that it's the only game in town, you will not allow low vibrational frequencies to hang in your body or your memory field anymore. That's all there is to it. It's the only thing that kids need to be taught in school. And in the past 2 weeks, I have magnetized a couple of incredible women, and there's a lot more into my field that we're playing with, creating these New Earth schools. And I'm going to have Stacy Hakopian. She's from my home state, California. We had an incredible 2-hour call yesterday. And we were just like, well, let's record it just in case, something good comes up. And she is like masterfully guiding her children through this process. They do not go to school. They are awake and aware. And so I'm going to be doing that on some future broadcasts here very soon. Well, let's drop in right now as we hit the almost 1 hour, 11 minutes mark. 12 people, 12 comments. Love you guys. Yeah. So let's do it. Let's drop in. First mission, self-love. And then we're going to send that out to everybody. Whoops. That's a little hot. Note to self, turning the microphone. I got to turn the mic towards the speaker so you can hear the delay. So here we go. Self-love. All right, let's do it. How deep can you go with this? you feeling it? Are you smiling? Because you're loving on every one of those trillions of cells that loves on you in every moment. Can you feel it from your head to your toe? Let's send it out to the entire world. Anybody that needs it. Everybody that's on this call. To Lisa's horse, Riley. Everybody. Here we go. Thank you, everybody. 11111, right when I hit that. I love it. Thank you so much, everybody. Are you excited? It's the key. It's the highest frequency. Write that word down. Plaster it on your mirror. Commit to being excited. You are a magnet, and you came here for the most incredible time in recorded history. And it's my honor to get to connect. Thank you, everybody. Reach out if you have questions, or if you're interested in going on the 30-day journey. I'll be happy to talk to you. Have an incredible day or evening. Much love.